What's up, pilots? Pilot 83 here with my number 2 video of my Concorde series. Today we're going to go over how to work the autopilot control panel. In this video here, we're just going to go over the basics of working the autopilot. We're not going to go over the FMC or the ILS landing. I will be doing those in 2 separate videos to keep this easy to take in and easy to understand. So I'm going to go ahead and take off, get this bird in the air, and I'll see y'all in just a minute, and we will start going over the autopilot. See you in a minute. Alright, pilots, going to put our sloop up. We are above 5,000 feet. Let's go ahead and put this baby into cruise mode. And let's start going over the autopilot. Before I start, let me show you all first. Well, just show you how to turn it on. You're going to turn on AP 1 and 2. That's simple. And in the meantime, we're going to turn on altitude hold mode just to keep things nice and level as I show you everything here. So you'll know you need to learn all the sounds of this plane and what they mean. That means autopilot's off. This plane, this older plane, does not have verbal things telling you what certain things are. You need to learn the sounds of what each warning is. So autopilot's on. So let's just start from left to right and go across. Okay. So, Mach hold sounds just like the name. It's going to hold whatever Mach you're at. So, if we come down here, we see we are at Mach 0.60. So, to turn that on, we'll turn on auto throttle 1, auto throttle 2, and press Mach hold. We are now holding that Mach. You see now these are going back. Now, we can go down here to our ADA, and we can increase it or decrease our Mach. Just like that. Alright, very simple. We can also hold a airspeed. Indicated airspeed. So let's say we want to hold the indicated airspeed that we are at the moment. Just hit IAS hold on, and now we're going to hold that current speed. Simple enough. Now let's say we want a more precise speed. Say we're coming in on an approach, or we're trying to keep a certain speed in the air. We can go to IAS acquired. And by clicking IAS acquired, we then can come over here to this. This will go all the way up to 400 knots. We'll go ahead and slow the plane down. Let me show you. So I guess we can go over. So let's say we want to do 345. It'll go up to 345. Say we want to go down to 300. Click that again. Let's say 330. Alright. Now you'll notice how this keeps IAS hold keeps popping back on. Well, every time we hit the speed that we are trying to hit, so let's say we're trying to do 362. As soon as this plane hits that speed, IAS hold will come on and this will go off just like that. When you know that you're now at that speed and it is now holding. Okay, next one, our LNAV. So basically our tracking, our INS. So we want to make sure that this is set to GPS mode, and we want to make sure we have a flight plan set up. So for this one, I just did in the world map for now. We just click this, and it's going to start to follow our flight plan that we have put in. So we can't see at the moment. Let me go ahead and adjust our range here. There it is. And now this plane is going to intercept our flight path. She's a little slow getting to it. She's not a very quick turner by any means, but she will get there. As you see there, she is intercepting our flight plan. Starting to level ourselves off. We got pretty far off that flight plan, but we are heading directly to her. But that there is how you will follow your flight plan. As soon as she gets up here to it, she's going to go right up there, intercept it, and we will be good. Alright, so real quick, we'll go ahead and do it while that's happening. Heading hold. So whatever heading that we are currently at, it is going to hold. So we see our heading up here. So when we click on heading hold, it's going to hold that heading. Now let's say we want to track a heading. We could spin this here. You'll see our dial start to move around right here. And we can hit track heading. Now this plane is going to start tracking that heading of 058. Now as we're turning to this, obviously at any point we can just put heading hold, and now she's going to level off and hold that heading that we just stopped her on. Simple enough, right? Go back to this here. This will turn back on our LNAV, turn off our heading track mode, and get us back. Now you see she's coming back around to intercept our flight plan. Alright, next, what do we have? Let's make sure she's, yep. So we have turbulence mode. And what turbulence mode does is when you are in moderate, also known, by the way, it's also known as level mode, but when you are in moderate to severe turbulence, this button here maintains the heading that you're going, the pitch, and also helps reduce the amount of trim input to help make the plane smoother as she's flying through the air. So really helpful, really good in stormy weather. Alright, next is pitch hold. And what pitch hold does is also like it sounds. Whatever pitch we are at, when we press this, this plane is going to hold that pitch. So say we were, say, holding up, say, 10 degrees, we press pitch hold, she's going to hold that pitch. Still slowly intercepting that. I told you it takes a minute, but she will get it. Next to that, we have Mach hold pitch. So this will also hold that pitch attitude, just like this one will, but this one will also hold the Mach speed that we are at that moment. Alright. And this here will do indicated airspeed hold. So this will also hold the speed that you are going. So if we were going 330 and we're pulling back, say 10 degrees, and press this, this is going to hold our pitch and maintain that speed, like flight level climb. Alright. Then over here we have our altitude buttons. So we have altitude acquired, which we would use to change our altitude. So right now we are at 8,700. Let's say we want to go to 15,000. we would press altitude acquired on, and now you see we are rising up here, going up 2,000 feet per minute. Alright, and the plane will start to rise. Now if we want to rise faster, we can go to vertical speed, and with vertical speed we can come down here to the PDA and we can push this down or up, and this will increase our vertical speed of how fast we climb or descend. So nose up here obviously, and we can see how many feet per minute that we have this going. So almost 4,000 feet per minute. I obviously need to increase my speed. There we go. Let that go and hit 15,000 real quick. And while this is rising, max climb. Max climb will put the plane into a climb at the max indicated airspeed of 400 knots. That is what max climb will do. Now you'll notice, as soon as we hit 15,000 feet with our altitude acquired on, as soon as we hit it, it will then switch back to altitude hold and hold it. Just like how when this hits this, it goes back to indicated airspeed hold. So watch it. We are 200 feet away from it. Watch what happens. This will switch back up to this, like it just did. Now, something else I'll show you. So if we turn off altitude hold mode, and this might help y'all who are having some issues with the autopilot with the altitude. Show y'all something here. So we could set this down, say whatever. Alright. We're going to slow this plane down. Alright, now turn these. I'm just going to turn these back on. Hopefully we don't get a overspeed warning. If we hit altitude hold mode again, this plane is going to automatically climb back to the last altitude that we were holding before we turned it off, which was 15,000 feet. So you see we are now going back up into a climb of almost 1,500 feet per minute. This plane is going to climb back all the way to 15,000 feet. Yeah, we'll go to our last altitude hold. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put us at 20,000 feet, altitude acquired, and do that. But remember that, whatever last altitude you were holding, if you turn it back on, it's going to go back to that same altitude. Unless you change it like this, go back to altitude acquired, when I hit 20,000 and it goes back to that, then it's going to, then 20,000 will be what it will hold, okay? What we have next, max cruise. So max cruise will maintain, with the auto throttle, you have to have that on, a Mach between 2.0 and 2.05. Alright? So that's what max cruise will do. It will maintain that Mach, and in doing this, it will also prevent 127-degree operating temperature on the nose of the plane. And you can see the operating temperature. right over here. So you see this 127 degrees right here. And see, we're only at 11, so we're nowhere near it. But when you're going those speeds, you will be. But it will keep you at that or under, so you do not overheat the nose. So that's what will happen when you press max cruise. Glide and land will be for auto land. We're not going to go over those in this video, but we will be going over those when we do our ILS landing and auto land. Alright. What else? I guess we can go over this in this video. So, if we, real quick by the way, let's make sure we intercepted our flight plan, which we did. See the green and yellow right there? We are right on the money. So if we come back over here, right here, the INS GPS, we go to this, we are now on VOR. So when this is on VOR, you then will be intercepting VOR radio frequencies. So whatever frequency you put in is what the plane will then follow. It will follow that course to and from a VOR radio beacon. Alright, which we'll go more into when I do a video on the FMC computer. And if localizer is set, it will follow the localizer as well. But it will not use that localizer as in catching the glide slope localizer. But we will go over that more once we get into doing this. So we will tie all of this in together once we do my next video with the FMC, and then the video with the ILS landing. All this will make more sense. The back beam, that's rarely used these days. I'm not going to go over that in this video. You're not going to need that. But make sure you have this in GPS if you want to follow that flight plan. And that's it, guys. It's that simple. Remember these two buttons right here. These two switches up and down, very important. And yeah, I hope that helps you out, guys. Let me know if I missed something. Let me know, or if I was incorrect, which I don't think I am, but if I was, let me know as well. As always, guys, I am Pilot 83. I thought I'd try to break this down and make this as simple as possible for y'all. Alright, until my next Concorde tutorial video, guys, happy flying out there. Hope to see you on the skies in this beautiful Concorde. Till next time, guys. Peace. If you made it this far, thank you so much. If you like this video and you feel like I earned your subscription, please hit that subscribe button and that like button so you don't miss out. Until next time, guys, see you in the air.